hope Ellie is still taking names and holding people accountable around here. I was just thinking that this is about what Irvin saw all those years ago when he arrived. He probably stood here thinking that he was going to make things better. Oh, you remind me of him sometimes. And when you said it out loud, you know, I actually believe we can do it. I just hope our lawyer is as confident. Yes, but listen. She didn't want to lose the case. Thanks to us now. Right. Hopefully she can tell us what we need to do, and let's stick together, though. Gagarin isn't a huge town.
You have a ship? Have you ever met a pirate? Were you scared? I wouldn't be.
You ever read about the early history of spaceflight? So political. So familiar sometimes.
Well, well, well. Barrett, you're actually here.
Ellie! Ellie, come on.
People make promises all the time, Barrett. And most folks try to avoid Gagarin, not... Anyway, I'm glad you made it out here. It's not a resort. You don't come here unless you need to. And
Or unless you're a bright-eyed, optimistic lawyer who genuinely wants to make things better for others.
you're kind, Barrett. Not exactly. A corporation commits a crime and needs a scapegoat, so they...
The quintessential Gagarin tale.
Indeed. Yes,
Well, starting your career with a defeat is rough, Ellie.
it was. But in a way, it made me more determined. Down to business. What do you already know?
So we already know that Irvin worked for Hephaestus Mining Company.
Yes, he lost his case because he didn't defend himself.
I recall receiving a message asking him to appear in court a day after his funeral.
An unfortunate reality of interplanetary legal communiques. He was publicly blamed for the economic woes in
His account on Gagarin specifically.
Right. They would have taken his assets and other settlements, but by law, his death prevented it. Well, we can bring the case to a judge here if we have...
What about the evidence we found so far?
Yes, well, about that. It's just not enough. In order for me to go before a judge, the courts won't entertain a challenge to its ruling unless...
What was the motive from the original trial?
We had no solid motive. Yeah, we need something major.
It's been so long.
I've thought about this a lot since the original case. The mine that Irvin worked at was shuttered in 2309. They probably still have documents relating to whatever happened there with him.
Not really. All I know is that it's a Hephaestus mine.
I don't have a couple decades to wait. Not necessarily. That's where you come in. In theory, you could find that information on a Foundry terminal. You'll need a passcode. Besides the Foundry records, if he knew he was being framed,
Do you think your Argos extractor's credentials could work?
Barrett, you brought someone with relevant work experience?
I'm nothing if not resourceful, Ellie.
If that doesn't work, then maybe talk shop with another worker.
We just need to find the mine where Irvin worked 20-some years ago.
Let me level with you both. But we may as well try, right? If you'll excuse me, I have to get some court documents ready.
I should still have a key to Irvin's apartment. I hope it's worth our time, but I can't be sure. Foundry District. Probably never intended for these walkways to last this long. Now I get why he wanted me to look after his plants. No windows, insufficient power for proper lamps. Oh, he must have been miserable. No wonder he wrote so much. Wait a second. What about this safe? I bet it's locked by a terminal. Irvin didn't live here for long, but he certainly had a lot of junk here. I had no idea. Well, I'll be. If you ever doubted Irvin's genius, look at all this. Still chugging along 20 years later. Aha! Will you look at that? We go to town hall. Get a copy of that hunting license. Is that Irvin's employment contract? Let me see. No idea where mine H363 is, but we could search for it at the Foundry database. All right, we've got... Much better than liquid or gas leads. It was a bit strange going through Irvin's old things, though. I was hoping for some old pictures, but nothing. Witchcraft, probably. But if you want a more scientific explanation, it could go through states of hibernation. There's also that habitat dish Irvin set up for it. I'm not sure. But there's probably a reason why Irvin tried his best to keep it alive. When we get back home, I'll go through some of his research notes. No, maybe not. But it helps me. No matter how the case goes, this warms my heart. In any event, I'll go through Irvin's notes in more detail later. Oh, on that note, we should give it a name. What do you think of Harvey? Then it's unanimous. Okay, the three of us should get back to it. You, me, and Harvey have a case to solve. Might want this. There's gotta be a way to look up application. Yep.
I know a guy who just got a job at the Centauri.
The license was sponsored by Hephaestus after all.
My break is almost over already. Friend, I don't... that information. I think we can work. You know what? I'm glad you understand. So listen, you can... I'll just say I lost it somewhere.
Impressive.
Next time I'm going to take a nap on top of a building.
Coordinates look valid to me. Imagine Irvin thinking the same thing all those years ago. Well, at least we know where to keep looking, right? I guess we'll see what state the mine is in. If that's the case, we'll just have to figure something out. Careful. This place was shuttered 20 They aren't using it anymore, so why not? This looks promising. This looks like administration. It's bingo. All right. was the destruction of the bacterial colonies, not the apex predators. So, they ruined the ecosystem. It's not uncommon within the... Good! My turn! Seems like Helgi tried to do the right thing here. I'm sure Ellie will want to see this. He's citing numerous ethics violations dating back before. And Hephaestus just ignored him. There it is. But he discovered that the extraction process was damaging the ecosystem. Exactly. This... Let's get out of here. We should go over our evidence, right? This whole planet smells weird. Like chemicals and smoke. Ellie! Hello?
Welcome back, detectives.
Ellie, I sent you all the data from the mine already. As I'm sure you know.
Yes, I've been reviewing it. Sit down. Let's have a chat about it. Welcome back, you two.
You're gonna love this, Ellie.
Okay, someone better tell me.
We found the coordinates to Irvin's old work site and went there. Pew, pew.
Barrett, please.
You should have seen the plants in there, too. Anyway, you read over the documents we found there, right?
What you both found in that mine is remarkable. These documents show that the chemicals released by the mining process contaminated the ecology even before Irvin was tasked with removing the predators. And they also show that Helgi informed Hephaestus of the issue, and it was repeatedly ignored. And with that, I think we've got ourselves a case, my friends.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear, Ellie. Woo!
Yes, but it's still likely to lose. Because what we really need now is Helgi as our witness, and that is a problem. Helgi isn't an ideal witness. He was our star witness the first time, and plus he's got a reputation around town.
I can handle a bit weird. I know the captain can, too.
Clearly. It might be worth finding some character witnesses, too, while you're... Helgi's documents are nothing without him there in court.
Does Helgi still live around here?
Sort of. You might ask Dr. Kayala. You'd have to convince her to tell you.
Sounds like we're making a stop at the... We'll be back when...
Listen, if he
Yeah, we don't want to press him too hard. This is going to take a light touch.
You're not gonna tell my mom I'm out here.
End of the colony war hit Gagarin hard. It's just finally getting back on its feet.
You been to Clint's recently? You get crushed under all that crap?
Is there something I can help you two with?
Do you happen to know Dr. Helgi Hodgson?
Sorry, who?
We're detectives, with the emphasis on the free part.
Wait, what? Detectives? No. I mean, there's Irvin the Slaughterer and Irvin the Scourge of Gagarin. I'm sorry, I'm not a tour guide.
We're trying to help him.
Ellie's a good person. Listen, I can say that Helgi took up a job working at Clint's store. I saw him there stacking boxes the last time I picked up an order. I've got... If it's patient medical records you're after,
We're thinking of taking Hephaestus to court. Now, given his situation, we're worried the defense might...
That's unfortunate, but not surprising.
Thanks, Doc.
No promises, given patient confidentiality. I need to get back to my work now, if you don't...
What was it? Did you see something?
Welcome to Clint's. Except mech parts. Well, for one, it's illegal in UC space. So, since they were banned in the armistice, but I'm not about to risk a contraband fine. If you need anything... Funny you ask, because I'd like to know too. I really hope so. That's what I'm hoping. All right. I don't know where he is. Take care now. Trade in a little bit of... You sure you got the right person?
So, are you going to...
Yeah, and while you...
A life of piracy.
I was thinking about going for a hike outside the canyon.
Looking for a drink? Don't serve anything fancy, so... Feel free to see yourself out, Sprit. Well, well, well.
A reputation already? I'm impressed.
Slow news day. I serve drinks here, Spritz.
We were told that you are a local crime...
We serve drinks here. Here's a list of our specials. Oh, that's... Here, let me fix that.
Oh, right. Here you go, Captain.
The service I provide? Don't think I'm desperate or... Nobody wants. Maybe we... I hear you. All right, all right. Sending the coordinates now. Wait. So let me get this straight. Don't have to tell me twice. We can get that. Happy to take your credits anytime. Buzz off, all right?
I don't suppose you're here to tell...
Sorry, Doctor. Not today.
Irvin, yeah. Nah, I don't trust you.
Please. Irvin was once one of your colleagues. He was the one Hephaestus blamed for an ecological disaster.
No, He passed on. That...
Look, I know this is strange. We show up out of the blue about things that happened decades ago, and that means we're the only ones who can clear Irvin's name.
And what of it? Well, you'd be wrong.
Only if you let them.
Testify? Ellie, I can't. You might be right. Damn right it does. I barely knew that. Here's my thought. The case here, and I don't want to get myself killed over a word. I don't suppose you...
Sorry, Doc.
Irvin, eh? Then find the history slate.
Please. Irvin, he was the one...
No, He passed on.
Look, and that means with you.
And what? Well, you'd be...
Only if you...
Testify. Ellie. I can't. Damn right it does. Fine. Because when he disappeared, Hephaestus didn't need to say a word.
Dr. Hawkson, it wasn't Hephaestus that took Irvin's life. It was the war. Irvin was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Then I am sorry for your loss. And maybe, wherever Irvin is...
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, don't...
Helgi agreeing to testify is a great help. Might need witnesses to...
Okay, you two, lay it on.
Someone in security, maybe? Well, we've got good...
Okay. Well, that is perfect. Well, you two have done all that you could.
What do you think, Ellie?
The evidence you've gathered is impressive.
So what's the verdict?
I almost never say this because I don't want to jinx it, but I think this case is a slam dunk.
Huzzah! That's what I like to hear.
I think we can do everything on our checklist. Clear Irvin of any wrongdoing, charge Hephaestus with the cover-up, and all in all, though, really outstanding work. And I've got to imagine that wherever Irvin is...
Agreed, Ellie. We should probably get out of Ellie's way and let her do her thing. We can talk more in private. Wow, we actually did it! I feel like... What's the old saying? But it's actually true. I feel like I'm 80% biomass and 20% aerogel. Come on, let's not ruin the moment. I'm feeling great. Why stop at emotional satisfaction when we can indulge in the culinary too? But if I can be serious for a moment, thank you. Ah, that's sweet. In fact, Harvey's got a little explorer in him too. According to this slate I found. I doubt it. We've been through a lot, haven't we? I had forgotten what it was like to work with someone so closely. On top of everything else we've done together and with Constellation, investigating Irvin's case with you is something I'll remember forever. I've come to realize that some events, some people, stand out as pillars of my life. Yes, some of them do. And if we're lucky, they change us for the better. We only get a brief moment in this universe to interact, to feel, to be who we are and experience the range of emotions that our bodies and minds have evolved to comprehend. You're right. Being born in the right time, the right place, if one is fortunate, you might even notice events and people changing you while it is in motion. You're playing with me, aren't you? Well, I'm almost done. Just listen. I've explored many worlds, and I've worked with Constellation for most of my life. I cherish those memories. But you have changed me as a person forever. I don't want to look back years from now and wonder what if. Hot damn. Yes! I mean to say, I feel the same way. I haven't missed your, very welcome and affectionate hints. I still grin when I think about some of the things you've said. And just so you know, I loved it every single time. But before we go on further, are you really ready to build love into our friendship? I'm ready to. This is the moment I was hoping for. My heart is racing.
We should catch up sometime. Later.
Hey, I love you. Just had to say that. Please do. You add so much joy to my life every day. You've been there for me more than I ever could have imagined. Ah, stop it.